Because of certain indiscreet remarks by Don Imus and Howard Stern, WNBC Radio apologizes to the following: the National Organization for Women, the New York chapter of Hadassah, Governor Cuomo, the New York Jets, the United States Congress, both houses, Nassau Community College, the Gay Men's Choir, Sons of Italy, Rabbi Arthur Selkowitz, my wife,
66 WNBC. If we weren't so bad, we wouldn't be so good.
Queen Elizabeth, Mayor Koch.
Hi, New York. You know, before I was a comedian, I was a guitar player. And I wanted to be the best, but I wasn't. Just like a lot of radio stations try to be K-Rock, and they're not, because K-Rock is the best. It's the best classic rock and roll you're going to find, and they have it all day. And they have Howard Stern in the morning. And we don't mean to laugh in the face of the other radio stations. But you're just not K-Rock! Turn to K-Rock 92.3 FM! Ow!
Tired of not feeling your best due to joint pain?
I don't have time for this.
Now with fast-acting Back-to-Teen Cream, you can kiss your sore joints goodbye. Whether you find yourself in a duel or just relaxing at the end of the day with a cup of Paul Bucks, you deserve to live pain-free. Back-to-Teen Medicated Cream, now available at Costco, CVS, and other fine stores. Yeah, I'm not an expert, but I haven't seen hand-to-hand combat this bad since Book Boba Fett. Worn out from your long commute to your dead-end job? Then why not relax with the great taste of Paul Bucks coffee? Perfect for the Jedi cat lady on the go who just wants to unwind after a long day of saving the galaxy. Or staring off into space. Enjoy the delicious taste of Paul Bucks coffee. Now at both light and dark side roast. Delicious Paul Bucks coffee. Now available at Costco. Worn out from giving your most absolute minimal effort pretending to train to be a Jedi? Then it's time to unwind with delicious tasting Paul Bucks coffee. It's got that perfect blend, whether you're half-assing it lightsaber training or using the Force to grab another cup. Dear God, even their training involves drinking coffee. Who are they going to fight, Lord Starbuck? Enjoy the great taste of Paul Bucks coffee. Now available at Smith's, Costco, and other fine stores. If this is the best you can do, maybe the Empire should take over. Things would be a lot better. Alright, now this here Black Shaggy OnlyFans. Now there ain't no room on the internet for fat, dumb bitches like yourself. Unless you're willing to do some girl. For that, we're gonna have to talk to Daphne or Gigi. Your hot friend Brenda dead. That don't help none. Get someone like Daphne or Gigi, they make you forget that your fat dumbass is on screen. Look at me when I'm talking to you, bitch.
I tried. Then I have to eat a whole pie to feel better, and I will die before I give that up.
Oh, it figures. Your fat dumbass talk about food again. Even my pops call your ass dumb.
Really? Even though he's the one who basically taught you to be a beta?
My moms and pops still married, bitch. Not like your pops who married that dumbass waitress at the diner. Knocked her ass up. Your mom's was a senior when you was a freshman. How do you think Black Shaggy's OnlyFans got its start? I'll give you a hint. It's that little baby brother you're taking care of. Black Shaggy doing a public service helping couples put the spice back into marriage. That's right. Yo, check it out. Everybody's smoking that original Black Shaggy OG strain. They're getting nice and high. You know that, right? Black Shaggy gonna make some killer bank on this.
All our classmates are idiots or sheep, so let's assume they're high.
Fuck you, bitch. Of course they're high. You're high too. That's why you're in the garbage can looking for french fries. Dumb bitch.
Now, have you seen Daphne?
Oh, you finally come around to talk about that three-way. Black Shaggy like where this is going.
It took a while, but we're finally through the worst of it.
Every time you around, the po-po roll up on Black Shaggy. Dumb bitch.
It's the Muppet Show with a very special guest star, Mr. Jack Black, Lizzo, Tim Meadows, Jen Cobb. Really? Who the is Jen Kober? Okay. Christopher Lloyd and Amy Sedaris. Yay! And don't miss a special appearance next week by Jay and Silent Bob. Because why the not at this point?
How is my mom's disappearance related to your grandma?
Your mom's left because she hated your fat dumbass, bitch. These dumbass writers gotta make everybody connected to everybody else. Don't know nothing about characterization, know-how. That's right.
Your mom's a high school principal married to a guidance counselor.
At least my parents are still married, bitch. Your pops is married to some dumbass waitress almost as dumb as you.
Ah! What the hell? Wait, I found a bag of salad.
What the fuck you doing? Good, something funny actually happened in this goddamn episode. About time, bitch.
We could take Daphne's mom's cop car to Spooner's to get food there. Unfortunately, I don't drive.
Yo fat dumbass just wants an excuse to eat out the damn garbage again. You sick girl, you need some help. It ain't the kind of help that Black Shaggy can give you. That's right.
Oh, yuck. Ugh.
Hey, we all know your fat dumbass eat out the garbage. I'm just the one saying it.
Me?
That's right.
Norval? What are you doing here?
Black Shaggy need a minute to prepare for this. I got to know what I'm getting into. So do you like the back door or not? Black Shaggy don't want to read this in the newspaper, you dig? Inquiring minds want to know.
We have a student newspaper?
Bitch is dumb.
Hey! Who just threw a rock through my window?
Geo from the Crystal Mines. You should know that because your dumb bitch ass was born there.
Crystal Mines? That old tourist attraction that's now a seagull toilet full of condoms?
Bitch is crass. That's right.
Unknown caller. Spooky. Hello? Velma Dinkley speaking.
Hello, Velma. You like solving yourself a mystery?
Yeah, but I'm actually much more three-dimensional than that. Who is this?
This here Black Shaggy. You made the one black guy a drug dealer and a stoner. You gonna die, bitch.
Jinkies. From Lucasfilm, the studio that killed Han Solo, emasculated and then killed Luke Skywalker, and killed Princess Leia off camera, comes the epic fantasy. No, not Lord of the Rings. That's being ruined over at Amazon. The franchise that you kind of remember because Val Kilmer was in it, but now they just turned him into an absentee father. Willow. Meet Princess Kit, an entitled, bratty Gen Z character that for some reason is living in a medieval era. Kit's betrothed to Spider-Man's obnoxious fanboy Flash Thompson. But she has to be gay because diversity. Now she'll have to prove her worth to her true love, Envy's Nest. Together, they'll fail to stick to era-specific dialogue.
Well, you're gonna have to suck it up because I'm not gonna be able to survive this thing without you. It's like the one way you're totally consistent. Whoa, wait.
And set off with a crew of extras to find the title character, who only appears in the last 5 minutes of the first episode. Wow, this is really bad. I thought Obi-Wan was terrible. This outdoes it by a country mile. And why do you insist on putting Erin Kellyman in action properties? She's not convincing in anything, and she can't act. You might as well call her Erin Go Away Little Girl Kellyman, because that's what they actually say to her. Starring the worst group of G4 canceled X-Play D&D players in history, in World of Warcraft.
You have to be pretty daft to follow us, considering we're all gonna die.
The show was bad enough, but did you really have to include dwarf tossing? Seriously.
How you doing, everybody? I'm Mr. WNBC. I'm Mr. Lamona, WNBC. My name is Rob Bartlett, Russ Salzberg, Steve Summers, WNBC. WNBC. I'm Mr. Lamona. We got Super Sales coming up. WNBC. I'm Mr. Morton. Hello, WNBC here. Oh, God. How is everybody doing this fine Sunday? Everybody, how's it going? Yes, we're going to get to that in a minute. The Panderverse. Step inside the Panderverse. The Spider-Man 2 PS5 controversy still continues, and people are actually pushing back on that. And there's another case of who you're going to believe, me or Lion Eyes, as Groucho Marx would say.
Oh God, the freaking the Marvels pretty much just runs up the white flag. Oh God, we got quite a bit of stuff here. All right, so let's start out. Listen, okay, the Panderverse. South Park's the Panderverse. We have already gotten people. When I say people, I mean Screen Rant. They're trying to move the goalposts. Listen. Here's what I thought of the Panderverse. Okay, South Park's the Panderverse. I thought. Listen, I thought it probably could have been funnier. Some of the jokes I did like the running B plot about how AI is diminishing people's skills, people's practical skills. Stuff like fixing toilets. Like Gerald, Randy couldn't fix the door on the stove. He just tightened a couple screws up. That's all. They're out in front of Home Depot trying to trade their skills. And it's, oh, we went to college for nothing. Not all the handymen are making money, and we're not. I'm like, yeah, listen, there is something to be said about that. Universities really don't. Listen. Education is very important, okay? But at the same time, you got to have some practical skills. But it seems like a freaking Screen Rant is actually taking the side of Kathleen Kennedy as usual. Holocron Records, how you doing? Maybe I missed in your live stream, but Spider-Man 1 is self-insert 2. Sam Maggs is the Black Cat. That's I was assaulted in GTA 5 lady. Oh, okay. Like I said, and here's the other thing. Yeah, it's also attack on the strike. Yeah. The people writers essentially have no practical skills. They have they're being replaced by AI as well. And hey, they've essentially got nothing to go with. Listen, and we got people actually going back and forth. I'm going back and forth on Twitter with someone about something. I'll bring that up later. But hey, listen. This whole thing. About the Panderverse. Listen, it brings up a very good point, though. And like I said, listen, we're going to put aside the whole thing about the fandom and everything, but it does bring up a good point that Kathleen Kennedy tried to take a very lazy, easy way to make movies. All she did was really swap out Luke Skywalker for a woman, and she just tried to call it a day. And it worked once. It wasn't going to work again. That's something that could only work once. And she essentially just tries to put she was essentially trying to insert herself into all of this. Now, the other thing too is
People tend to think that, oh, hey, they're doing this. Yeah, okay, you know what? They did this thing about the Star Wars fandom at the tail end, but it really is more about the whole thing about it's essentially the current state of Hollywood, that they're using this model that they have. Oh yeah, put a chick in it, make her gay. And that's really, really what a lot of it comes down to. Let me just take you through this article. Everything is Kathleen Kennedy's fault. Latest Star Wars parody mocks a divided fandom. South Park joining the Panderverse mocks a divided Star Wars fandom, and those who tend to blame everything on Lucasfilm's president. Actually, you know what? They did actually bring up a good point. When the kids were in PC Principal with the race and gender swap, the Eric Hartman, they said, how does this make any sense? It doesn't make it. How does this make any sense? Oh, it makes perfect sense. No, it doesn't. You can't just race swap and gender swap a character. Oh, well, yes, you can. And if the problem is you, I'm like, and that's essentially where we are. Again, that's where we are right now. And the fact that Screen Rant's a laugh, a joke anyway. The fact that they're not picking up on that really is kind of.
But it is true.
But it is trouble.
People the people who blame Kathleen Kennedy really do need to be called out, in my opinion. Well, yeah, we need to call the whole. I'll take the blame for that. I know you don't want to throw people under the bus. So.
Well, it's not so much throwing people under the bus. Is that it is this sort of at the end they do sort of come up with this thing. Listen, Kathleen Kennedy created the fandom by doing this, but the fandom kind of also created Kathleen Kennedy by turning her into some sort of inhuman monster. I'm sure if I went to Frank and Kathy's house, and yeah, she would be perfectly nice. She'd be perfectly cordial. But you know what? I have no problem saying that as an executive, she is incompetent. As a creative person, she has no clue what she's doing. And on a professional level, that is true. And I always try to take the tact of it is not personal. I try not to make it personal. That is my approach to it. As far as Gina Carano, listen, I read what she said on Twitter or whatever it was. And Gina Carano, listen, what influence does she have over Matt and Trey? None. Zero. Gina Carano, they'll try to get them to sit on a Zoom call with 45 people. How? How would they get them how would they make Matt and Trey do that? Oh, well, Kathy would call up some, like, Matt and Trey are billionaires now. They are fucking billionaires. And good that they're billionaires, because they could say, fuck no, we're not doing that. Get lost. Who are you to tell us? Hey, Kathy, who's had more success in the last 10 years? Me or you? You can just throw that back in your face.
I've had more influence over Hollywood than she has, accidentally. I've accidentally had more influence over South Park and Hollywood than she has, just by existing. Is that sad?
Yes, it is kind of sad.
But then again, it's just all how you grow up and you grow up around. So.
Yeah. So yeah, and I have someone actually from a game website here on Twitter who's going back and forth on me about the Spider-Man thing. Listen, it comes down to the old Groucho Marx line. Who are they going to believe, me or Lion Eyes? So we'll get into that in a little bit. And the fact that they're defending that so hard leads me to believe that there's some truth to it, that there's a there. But we'll get into that. But like I said, the latest South Park special is South Park, and they can't call it an episode, they can't call it a movie for legal reasons, because there's still some there's a lawsuit pending over HBO Max now, and Viacom and Paramount Plus and everything, over who gets to air who gets the streaming rights to the new episodes of South Park. The latest South Park special, joining the Panderverse, is targeted divided Star Wars fandom. Not really, no. Special is twice the length of a normal episode and tackles the increasing diversity in Hollywood concerns by Star Wars fans and Lucasfilm president about Kathleen Kennedy and the WGA SAG-AFTRA strikes. The special was released on Paramount Plus October 27th. Ahead of South Park Season 27, joining the Panderverse offers insights into Trey Parker, Matt Stone's, take on several divisive issues in Hollywood. There have been numerous reactions to the special with Red Team Review. Who the heck is Red Team Review? I've never heard of them. On Twitter, praising the episode. Do you ever notice people are still calling it Twitter? They're not calling it X. Zitter. Call it Zitter. Leave it to South Park to not only dunk on Disney virtue signaling, but also grifter weirdos who made hating Kathleen Kennedy their entire personality. I also love how those same people are too dumb to realize they're being made fun of. Gosh darn, what a great episode. Okay, whatever. The praise specifically relates to the dual insults against Disney's virtue signaling and those who target Kennedy specifically, rather than focusing on the rest of Lucasfilm. Red Team Review also posted a clip from the episode featuring Randy Marsh realizing he can blame all of his problems on Kennedy without having to reckon with his own family. No, he didn't. he blamed college. He blamed college.
Which is true. College produces a bunch of useless assholes. That's why Ricade is sitting there on YouTube now and not actually practicing real law.
Mm-hmm.
It started in the 90s. You'd see these people didn't have to go on television to use their degrees, Dr. Phil.
Mm-hmm.
We were getting a culture of more professionals than you could deal with, than you could sustain.
While Red Team Reviews hints at the existence of viewers who may assume that South Park was being entirely genuine in its critique of Kennedy, there is evidence that those viewers do exist. Oh, no kidding. Gina Carano, who starred as Cara Dune in The Mandalorian, released her own statement about the special and appears to have taken special seriously. Check out Carano's comments below. Okay, listen, Gina, you seem like a perfectly nice woman, but listen, I'm sorry. You know how like you can't say it cuts both ways. You complain about left-wing celebrities. You know what? Right-wing celebrities, not much better. Okay? Carano was fired from The Mandalorian after season 2, and her character was subsequently written out of the show. The firing came after Carano posted several controversial statements on social media. Carano's posts include comments about Jeffrey Epstein, the COVID-19 pandemic, and the 2020 presidential election results. Carano also compared the treatment of Republicans to the Holocaust. As such, she's in a unique position to use her platform against Kennedy. Carano believes Kennedy will order the widespread political action against South Park creators. Well, listen, how? They are uncancelable now. They are unassailable. They are unassailable. They are.
They're Republicans, and they're both part of their Homo rainbow. So
yeah.
They're protected anyway.
Carano, but
Kennedy will go after her for saying that.
Listen, going to college makes you a dumbass. Listen, there's a lot of useless stuff you learn in college. And I actually did have one teacher, guy actually by the name of Rick Stanley, who is actually, he passed away during the semester of all things from AIDS. This is back when it was still a very hot button issue. And he was actually a brilliant guy. I missed a class. I had a breakdown. My car broke down. I missed a class, and he never let me hear the end of it. So, but a brilliant guy. It was very thought-provoking. He actually did level. He says, you are going to bore people to death with this at cocktail parties when you're successful. That's essentially what it came down to. You are going to bore people to death at cocktail parties. Because this knowledge serves no other purpose, he said.
It's nice to have it.
Yes, it is nice to have it. It'd be useful if it's always on Jeopardy, but I'm not.
So anyway, where was I? Chronomy seems to be taken special seriously, which proves every argument that South Park joining Panderverse makes about the divided Star Wars fandom. No, it doesn't. It actually, like I said, it makes more comments about Kathleen Kennedy and Hollywood and the studio system that tries to pass this off as compelling movie making. Again, this goes back to essentially Ghostbusters 2016. Put a chick in it, make it lame, and make her gay. All they really. Seriously, I mean that's all this is. Like how the handyman got so wealthy they could buy entire media outlets to challenge each other to go into space. I wish we saw that space race. Yeah. No, did she not mention the Holocaust at all? Well, okay, but this is Screen Rant moving the goalpost and kind of inventing something. College doesn't make you think for yourself. It's more propaganda, just like Disney. Listen.
Of why she was fired to begin with. They were trying to initially spin the narrative that the fans were sexist because she couldn't act. And it was really convenient that they could spin her as a...
Well, listen.
She really got bought by Daily Wire because she's not a smart woman and she can't act.
Yeah, well, she's not a good actress. She's a good actress for what she does, which is action movies.
She's an American gladiator.
Yeah. Well, the thing about college doesn't make you think. Here's the thing about colleges and universities. Listen, colleges and universities are supposed to be about more in-depth discussion about certain topics. Okay, and a lot of times those topics aren't going to be very safe, or they're going to make you feel uncomfortable. Does that mean that the knowledge isn't valued, that it's not valuable? Does that mean it's it's certainly not. The biggest problem I had with the university I went to was it was a high school. It was essentially 13th grade. Listen, I can tell you all the ways that the university I went to sucked. Okay, and it sucked balls. Some of the stuff I found rewarding, but a lot of stuff, a lot of people were just brain dead. A lot of the people there were brain dead. Hey, you know what? It's hey. Listen, and the other part of this is she was talking about using media to dehumanize others have opinion. Well, listen, the whole thing about the media dehumanizing people, I don't want to play both sidesism, but there is something about liberals, there is something about the conservative media saying liberals hate America, liberals are unpatriotic, okay. It doesn't justify, it doesn't validate, or it doesn't excuse the liberal media from saying, casting aspersions about conservatives. Listen, I often say, would I vote for a Republican? Yes, if I could find a Republican that had a platform that was that I found amenable, that I believed in. But you know what? I don't. Listen, that is almost that is another thing that I don't want. Listen, we got certain messages certain parties been hijacked by extremists. Okay, yeah, and I hate saying on both sides, but listen.
It's a discussion for another stream or whatever. Hey, Substance D, how you doing? So, Screen Rant is obviously moving the goalposts. Screen Rant values, I hate to call them an Access Media site, but Screen Rant does play more friendly towards Disney and Lucasfilm. They really do. They do have an agenda about they do have an agenda. Oh, hey, we have to back Disney. Oh, well, we have Disney, and all they seem to post now are listicles. Top 10 reasons why this should happen. Top 10 reasons why that should happen. Top 10 reasons why top 10 reasons why watching Raiders of the Lost Ark is problematic. But on the whole, this is actually probably this is an excellent episode of South Park. It's very thought-provoking. Could have been funnier. That's my thing. It started out great, kind of teetered off towards the end. Could have been funnier. I think they should have taken some jokes further. But all in all, I think it was a good episode. I really do. It's well worth the watch. It really is. I think people are going to. Hopefully, people are going to walk away with this and say, "Wow, that's actually really, really interesting." I think they made a lot of good points there. So, like I said, it isn't only in the U.S. Even over here in Europe, we see the powers that be push a certain agenda. Those who are against it are labeled weirdos, insane, dangerous. Yeah, that's actually funny because it's true. Problematic. What are they smoking? And again, listen. The whole thing is I thought it was funny about when Cartman says, "Can you check see if Kathleen Kennedy's under my bed?" That was actually funny. And again, I'm sure Kathleen Kennedy is a very nice lady. Her and Frank are probably very nice people. Does that mean she's a good executive? No. Does that mean she knows what she's doing? Absolutely not. Her track record as an executive up until Star Wars was exemplary. However, when she was placed in charge of a big budget franchise, and she was placed in charge of making creative decisions, we saw the real Kathleen Kennedy come out. And I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that. I really don't. We've said it time and time again. So, anyway, so that is South Park, the Panderverse. Let's should we move on to another topic? I think maybe we should move on to another topic. How about this? How about we go to the Superhero Smackdown? Now, I don't know if anybody's been keeping track of. Oh, hello, Naranja. How you doing? Naranja's come for a visit. The Marvels comes out on November 10th. And now they have a hold on, every religion has extremes, varying degrees, or subgroups, subcultures, and all of this true. Yes, that's true. You're right. The Boogeyman under the bed. YouTubers have made a killing using that very idea. Yes, Kathy the Boogeyman. What she lacks is a vision for most. Yes, exactly. Best public domain footage money can buy. That's correct. So, okay. So what's happened is the Marvels is being released on November 10th. And I don't know if you guys have seen the latest spot. They've been running the latest Marvel spot with the NFL coverage here in America for those who are overseas. And we were sold on this
movie being a wacky, zany comedy that doesn't take itself too seriously, featuring 3 really wacky, zany female leads. And they are selling it as a conventional superhero movie. Which tells me one thing, that they don't know how to market this movie, or they don't know how to advertise this movie. Which means the fact that you're trying to sell it as a conventional Marvel movie means this movie is going to be pretty bad. And the fact that you cannot post this social media embargo ends on the 7th. The review embargo ends the night before on the 9th. Oh, God. What does that tell you? And now this floated across my feed. Now, you know how movie posters are supposed to highlight something about the movie, some character or something. I've been told that this is an actual poster from the actual movie, and I'm actually going to show you on my actual live stream, actually right now. Yep, the Marvels. There it is. There's your action-packed movie poster. Actually, this one here looks like Naranja a little bit. This one. Speaking of Naranja, we're going to put him on the cat cam in a minute here.
There he is.
So there you go. Kitties. It's Kitties, the movie. Actually, I'd probably be more interested in seeing a movie about kitties, about a group of kitties following them around. Aren't they adorable? They are so adorable. Especially this one here down in the right-hand corner. Oh, it's so cute. That's dim sum. Oh, are you hungry, Naranja? Hungry? Diversicats. Yes, the Diversicats. That really does tell me that they don't know how to advertise this movie. They have an unpopular star. They have a star that nobody's heard of, and they have another star that nobody cares about. They really are up a creek with this one. They really are. They really are up a creek. A movie that nobody wanted. Yeah, exactly. This is really a movie. Well, no. Listen. I really wouldn't say this is a movie that nobody. Yeah, I'd say this is a movie nobody wanted. And the thing is, though, in the new TV spots, they are trying to tie it back to Endgame. Oh well, yeah. I know you thought Endgame was the end of the story, but there's so much more. This is just the beginning. I'm like, yeah, no, nobody wanted to see her in Endgame either.
Men don't like her.
Nobody likes her. Men don't like her. Other women don't like her.
That guy at the hockey thing doesn't like her. The recruiter guy.
That recruiter guy at the hockey game, yeah, at the hockey thing, said he didn't like her.
The recruiter or the guy who does the social media.
Yeah, the Space Karens. Trinity is Space Karens. Trifecta of trash. That's right. And like I always say, when it comes to our girl Bree, if I can find it here.
No sexy. Huh? No sexy. No sexy.
No sexy. Even the animals don't like her. Yeah. They had to get a CGI cat to put on her shoulder because the cat would claw her eyes out. And let me tell you. They I don't know, man. This is going to bomb, and this is going to bomb hard.
I don't want to say that we need this to bomb, but by all rights, it should. It should bomb. This has got all the makings of a bomb. This is good. This is probably gonna if it doesn't fail, and fail hard, I am gonna be shocked. I really am. Because all signs are pointing to failure with this one. It's one of those things that, like you said, this is pretty much being done out of contractual obligation at this point. I think that's pretty much what we have here. This is being done out of their contractual obligation to these stars to put them in their own movie. Yes, Goose the Cat does have more. It has already flopped because nobody cares about this movie. Well, now it just needs to flop at the box office. But the other thing too, I mean, listen, how many tickets are they going to have to give away? That's the other thing. Has anybody bought any tickets? Should we peruse Fandango? Use precise location, allowed location. Okay, hold on. The Marvels. Let's take a look here. The Marvels. It got bumped from IMAX in let's see, Friday, November 29th. Okay, hold on. The Mayas, I'm not gonna say the name. Okay, which one is this? Is this the one near the place over here? Is this the one here?
That's way on the other side of town. Try
hold on. Okay, no.
Try Boulder Station. Try that.
Well, I want to see the. Oh, that's an AMC. That's an AMC. I'm thinking of.
Yeah, scroll back to the Boulder or cinema.
Hold on, I want to see the AMC because that's the okay.
Try that one. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, try that one.
Hold on. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's just take a 7:00 showing.
Yeah.
Standard 8:00 showing. Okay. Standard 8:00 showing. Now you're seeing this as we are. Oh wow.
2 tickets have been sold.
Oh wow. Let me put this up on the screen. Okay. Well, we still got a week and a half to go, but at the same time, it's yeah. So there we're looking at plenty of good seats available. Yeah. Okay. Plenty of good seats available. Let's try an IMAX showing. Okay, AMC. Oh, this is it right here. This is it. This is the one near the you know what. Mm-hmm. Okay, IMAX. We'll do 6:00 IMAX. Okay. We'll see 6:00 IMAX, and ooh, the 6:00 IMAX showing is about a week and a half, I'd say. Wow. They sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tickets for the IMAX showing. IMAX 2D experience.
Well, it is right before Halloween.
Okay, well, yeah. Let's take a look at the IMAX. Well, I don't think 3D is going to make a difference in this. Let's take a look at a standard showing. Digital 3D, standard. Let's take a look at a standard showing. 7:30 on a Friday night. Big Thanksgiving blockbuster. Okay, this is faring a little better. Still, there's still seats available, but the middle rows are practically sold out. So this is a little bit better. Okay, that's a little bit better. All right. Okay. Let's check that Saturday. Okay. Well, listen, they're not going to they're going to do their darndest to not let this movie fail. They are not going to.
Maybe they don't care anymore. Maybe they're done.
But they're going to put it on a ton of screens. Anybody who wants to see this movie is going to have plenty of opportunities to see it. But at the same time, you know what? I think that a lot of tickets are going to be eaten up by promotional things here. I'm noticing it's not a lot of screen times at this one thing. Okay, we'll do 8 o'clock. We'll do 7:30 standard showing. And let's see here. Not doing too hot there. So still listen, if you want to see this movie bad enough, you're gonna be able to see it. My question is, who's gonna be able to see it? So there you go. We've got 6 sold out here, 6 here, 8, 9, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 there. So we got about 30 tickets sold here for this thing. But still, plenty good seats available, what they say. So, okay. So, yeah. I think I've been hearing rumors that they've run up the white flag. And like I said, I don't think it needs to fail, but by all rights, it should fail. And if it does fail, I think that's actually, in a way, a good thing, because it shows you that, hey, this doesn't work. This is not working. And once again, listen. I'm going to move on to another thing. A lot of people are enjoying that Spider-Man game. And this is a tweet from from Stig Kenobi, friend of the show. Now, it's getting some flack on social media, mainly because one of the writers, it looks like to me, has inserted herself into the game. Now, what do I mean by that? Now, let's take a look. I talked about this a couple days ago. This is the writer in question. This is the image of Mary Jane in the game. And there's a couple people in particular on Twitter, I'm not going to say who are very vocally defending this. And to that, I just been saying, in the words of Groucho Marx, well, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Now they've said, I shouldn't assume genders. Bad Shlomo. Sony has denied this. The writer has denied this. But again, who are you going to believe? Who are you going to believe? Them or your lying eyes? And this person has said, you can call me Ash. As a queer and hard of hearing person, I'm looking forward to learn about the world around me while still telling stories true to my personal experiences. I aim to write impactful stories with representation that audiences can see themselves in. Who doesn't want to see themselves in their favorite game? Now, it's all well and good. However, here's the thing. If I'm paying $70 for a game, why do I have to be part of your own personal therapy session? Well, really, unless you're inviting me to tag along to go see your therapist, then that's between you and them. You don't have to make it part of. You don't have to make me part of it. And again, the pushback we're getting, there's, well, I can't believe that the game, the writing and the developing side, they're two separate departments. So the writing and development side are two different. They've denied it. I'm like, well, they can deny it all they want. The evidence is right in front of my face. It's the evidence is right there. Like I said, I don't know this person from a hole in the wall, but why does she think it's okay to put herself in the game? And there is a level in this game with a person that is hard of hearing, and they mute all the sounds, and they have the spray paint on the side of a wall. I'm like, great, there, you included a vandalism mini game. Oh, that's original. And the fact that this particular person is defending this so vociferously, again, not naming names, don't harass them, tells me that I'm not far off the mark. Again, who are you going to believe, me or your lying eyes? Oh, no, it's not true. It's not true. Really? Oh. If I stop 10 people on the street, 10 English people on the street, would you say that this is the same person? I think about maybe 7 or 8 would say yes. Now, I've seen the original artist. This is the original artist. They've gone on record saying, oh, no, it's not the same. It's not the same person. It's the same person. If I could pull up the picture here. Oh, the guy from Sony has denied it, and I don't believe his denial. I do not believe his denial. If I could just here. He was actually from another person. Twitter user Thor Odinson. I think it's pretty clear. Yeah, she does not look like her. Look, the facial structure is all wrong. This is the original character model. This is the original. This is the original face model. This is a side-by-side comparison. This is the writer. This is the character model. Seriously. Listen, stuff gets changed into game development all the time. That's a redhead. Well, listen, they changed the hair color. They have to make it look somewhat like Mary Jane. They change stuff in game development all the time. And the fact that this has been denied, you know what? I don't believe the denial. Because let me tell you something. Jughead Abrams denied that was Khan in Star Trek Into Darkness. And what do we see? My name is Khan. Oh, but it's totally not Khan. I'm like, but he just said his name's Khan. Yeah, but he's not Khan. Don't piss down my back and tell me it's raining. If you had the ability to do that, wouldn't you do that too? No, you definitely would. Yeah, I'd do that. But however, you know what? I'm not trying to pass myself off as Superman. Everybody knows what Superman looks like. You know, everybody knows what Mary Jane's supposed to look like, and doesn't look like her. Yeah, I totally agree. I see all of this. I mean, the actual draw portraits of people's faces since I was a kid, extremely good at that. Yeah. Oh, I remember when they said it isn't Khan, and then it turned it into Khan. Yeah. Oh no, it's not Khan. It's not Khan. If you want to insert yourself into the game, do it as a side character. Do it as a background character. Jay-Z was a producer on NBA 2K13. And you know how he put himself in the game? He put himself sitting on the sidelines on the bench. Just sitting in the crowd. He just sitting in the crowd as a fan. It's okay, so that's that controversy. And this controversy is really not going away. Well, at least not for a little while. But again, listen, why do I have to be part of this lady's therapy session? Why do I want... Listen, I'm paying $70 to play a Spider-Man game. Not to see your view, not to see how you view the world. Not so you can validate yourself through this. I think that's a bit of an imposition. Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. So that's what's happening there. That hasn't been resolved, and again. Yeah, lots of banana bread. That would like be very nice. So anyway, yeah, let's check in. Let's check in the cat cam, actually. Yeah. No, we got one cat here. We're gonna check in on the cat cam. Well, we got. Oh, it's not focusing very well. There's Dim Sum. She is licking her feeties. Where's Naranja? Where's Naranja Noodlehead? We must fight. We must fight the patriarchy and the hearingists. The people that we say we, you know. So she's like hard of hearing. So we're hearingists. Audiolists. So there you go. So there's a kitty. There's one kitty there. Another kitty's roaming around somewhere. So there's a kitty. And, oh, we got banana bread. Banana bread cake. Huh? That's good. Oh, that's good. So, now is the time to show where we're going to do animal news. We have animal news. Animal news. Animal news. Gotta get some of that animal news. Okay. It's animal news. Oh, here's there's a couple things. We're not going to do that story because it's kind of sad, even though the doggy lived a nice, ripe old life.
No.
Okay, we're going to do this story. Here we go. Deer charges through Wisconsin restaurants, scattering diners. The deer crashed through a Noodles & Company window during a crowded lunch hour Tuesday. There's the deer in question. Is it Beloit or Beloit? Beloit, Wisconsin. People go to Noodles & Company to save $1, not to have one interrupt their meal. But that's what happened in Beloit, Wisconsin on Tuesday when a deer came crashing through the restaurant window. Surveillance footage shows a deer charging into the crowded restaurant around lunchtime, prompting diners to scatter. The animal then explored the dining area and the kitchen before exiting out the back door by an employee. Noodles & Company spokesperson Stephanie Jerome told the Associated Press.
You know why?
Why?
Because he didn't have thumbs to order pizza.
That's right. Because deer don't have thumbs. They can't order. They can't order DoorDash.
Your thumb to unlock your phone.
Surveillance footage shows a deer charging into the crowded restaurant room. Okay. No one was harmed in the incident, and the location has since reopened after a deep clean, Jerome said. The restaurant offered $2 mac and cheese special on Wednesday to commemorate the incident. That's a groan worthy. So there's the deer. He was hungry. That's probably what it was. He was hungry. Actually, there's another piece of animal news. Talk about bears. Yeah, I'm actually going to get to that. Bear on the lam after raiding kitchen, attacking guard at Aspen restaurant. It's almost hibernation time, but some bears are still awake, hungry, and on the prowl for food, officials in Colorado said. A bear prowling for pre-hibernation snacks raided the kitchen of a luxury Colorado restaurant and injured a responding security guard, authorities said. The late-night food run unfolded around 11 p.m. Monday at the St. Regis Aspen Resort in Aspen when the guard surprised the four-legged intruder in the kitchen, Colorado Parks and Wildlife said in a statement. The bear attacked and knocked the guard down before the guard got away and called 911, officials said. The guard was taken to the hospital and treated for scratches on his back and was released Tuesday. Parks officers got to the resort early Tuesday and learned that the bear had entered the hotel through a series of doors near the courtyard, the agency said in a statement. Wildlife officers were able to get a description of the bear. It's a bear.
Was he big and brown and furry?
Yes.
And stubby and cute?
Yes.
And you go rah, rah, rah.
Including a specific identification markers to assist in locating and properly identifying the bear, this statement said. Wildlife officers believe they spotted the animal later Tuesday, but they said they couldn't tranquilize and capture the bear because of public safety concerns. The incident serves as an unfortunate reminder that bears are still active as they prepare for hibernation, Parks and Wildlife said. While it is common for people to see bears and other wildlife inside Aspen town limits, it is everyone's responsibility to give wildlife space and remember the importance of being bear aware at all times. Representatives for Parks and Wildlife and Marriott, the owner of the luxury mountain resort, could not be immediately reached for comment Wednesday. Oh, wow, that's really nice. It's a really nice building. So there you go. Bears about ready to go for a snooze for the winter. And yep, they wanted their discount at Chipotle. Just the bare facts, man. So, okay, now, yes, they are. Bears are more evolved. Now is the time when I do a segment that I like to call Future Headlines. Now, as everybody knows, I try to keep up to date on the latest goings-ons, but sometimes, the news just breaks too fast. News breaks really fast. So, what I've done is I subscribe to a special service that sends me headlines from the very near future. Could be a couple days, could be a couple weeks, could be a couple months, could be a couple years. But you have to remember, the important thing is here that these are headlines that are going to be breaking very soon. And I've compiled them into a segment that I like to call Future Headlines. So here we go with Future Headlines. The first Future Headline. Tim Pool finally embraces baldness. YouTube huckster and smarmy know-nothing Tim Pool has finally come to grips with what most of us already knew, that he is completely bald.
You call him a
Huckster.
You call him a huckster.
I call him a huckster. The part-time skater and full-time misinformation machine said, I have to just be who I am. And unfortunately, this is it. It ain't getting better, people. So there's our first future headline. And we go to our second future headline. Vladimir Putin named Russian people's sexiest man of the year. For the 20th consecutive year, Russian President Vladimir Putin was named Russian edition of People magazine's sexiest man of the year, capturing 99.3% of the vote. When asked about the honor, Mr. Putin said that 0.3%, I want their names. There is the second future headline. And finally, the third future headline. Microsoft R&D finally admits updates are pointless. The Microsoft company has finally fessed up to what we've suspected all along, that its updates to the Windows operating system are completely pointless and serve zero purpose. In a statement, the company said, it's time we finally come clean with our customers, who are essentially in a forced marriage with us. Windows updates are actually completely pointless and only mess up your computer even more. The company also admitted that the Zune was a mistake and that they're sorry they even tried to make a music player in the first place. So there you go. There is our future headlines. Everyone, it's time to move on to this week in the NFL, the scores. So NFL scores for week 8. If I can bring them up. Because it's my show, damn it. I get to do what I want. So we have NFL scores. The Bills over the Buccaneers, 24-18. That's your final from Thursday night. The New York Football Giants losing in a heartbreaker to the New York Jets, who they happen to share a stadium with, 13-10. The Jaguars, they lost in overtime today by a field goal. The Jaguars over the Steelers, 20-10. The Eagles over the Washington collective people engagingly in football-like activities, because we don't know what their name is. 38-31, coming all the way back. The Cowboys all over the Rams, 43-20. The Vikings over the Packers, 24-10. The Titans over the Falcons, 28-23. The Dolphins all over the Patriots, 31-17. The Saints defeating the Colts, 38-27. The Panthers defeating the Texans, 15-13. The Seahawks over the Browns, 24-10. The Bengals over the 49ers, 31-49. The Broncos over the Chiefs, 24-9. The Ravens over the Cardinals, 31-24. The Bears take on the Los Angeles Chargers in your late game tonight at 8:20. And your Monday Night Football matchup. Your Monday Night Football, man. Monday Night Football. ABC's Monday Night Football. The Raiders take on the Detroit Lions at 8:15 tomorrow night. Be there or be a rhombus. Because squares are not all the rage. But some kind of alarm went off to set out and investigate, right? They have right for liability. Yes, that is true. Everyone, thank you for joining me this fine Sunday. Thank you for joining me. It has always been a pleasure to bring this to you. Because without you, I would just be talking to myself. And we all know what kind of conversation that is.
Demi Lovato.
Yes, Demi Lovato.
She's Snow White. Here, look at her picture.
Is she Snow White and the Seven Sailors?
I said, yeah.
Oh, God. Speaking of the Snow White thing, before I go, yeah. I'm going to try it. That is probably the one of the most more laughable things that's happened. I said about how I put on Twitter about how they look like there's 7 guys just waiting around to catch the bus to go to the Ren Fair. Oh, God. And now they pretty much admitted. Now they're going to go and reshoot it, and they have to CGI over everybody. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, dear God. Just the news just keeps getting worse for... Oh, wow. That's she's doing the adult version of Snow and White. Holy cow. This is Demi Lovato as Snow White. Check this out.
Yeah, she wore it better.
Demi Lovato wore it better? Oh, yeah. I'd say so. Head better. I always say about Snow White, hey, yeah, if they're okay with a Hispanic woman cleaning up after 7 guys being essentially made to 7 guys, fine. That's them. That's on them. All right. So anyway, everyone. Yes, we lost Bull. We lost. Oh yeah, we lost Richard Roundtree, Shaft, Bull, and Chandler Bing. So there's your 3. Yeah. And as Andrew Johnson, I think his name was Adam Johnson, sadly passed away in the UK Professional Hockey League. He caught a skate to the neck, which is terrible. Listen, before anyone starts saying about hockey, it's dangerous and everything. Listen, it's that is a freak accident. That really is. That is a Adam Johnson. That is a freak accident. That's something that nobody could have really anticipated.
Matthew Perry caused death deferred. If you want to talk
What?
about them. Matthew Perry.
What happened?
Cause of death.
They revealed it?
Deferred, they're saying. Yeah.
Matthew Perry, cause of death. Hold on.
Hold
on just a sec. Like I said, hold on. We're going to prolong the show a little bit. Deferred, says Los Angeles County Coroner. Friend Star was found unresponsive on his home Saturday. I see people trying to blame certain things for this. Listen, Matthew Perry had a lot of problems. He was in a hospital back in 2018 for some long-term health issues resulting from drug use. And back then they'd only given him a 2% chance to live. He had done some serious damage to his health via drug use. Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office on Sunday released its first report of Matthew Perry, who died Saturday at the age of 54. Perry was discovered unresponsive in a hot tub in his Los Angeles home around 4 p.m. Saturday, law enforcement sources said to the Los Angeles Times. On Sunday, the coroner's office updated its case online, saying that the cause of death had been deferred. That typically means that an autopsy has been completed, but the examiner needs more time and additional investigation into the death. Deferred means that after autopsy, the cause of death has not been determined. The medical examiner is requesting more investigation into the death, including additional studies. Okay, so when the spokesman's department previously explained when the coroner deferred the case of death on Lisa Marie Presley, who died in January. Once tests and studies come back, the doctors can evaluate the case again and makes the cause of death determination. Spokesperson told People on Sunday that the results of Perry's autopsy are pending a toxicology report, which could take several weeks to complete. Okay, so it doesn't look like we're going to know for a while. Yeah. The Hollywood Reporter has reached out to the medical examiner's office for additional information. Perry, who rose to fame playing Chandler Bing on NBC long-running sitcom Friends, was open about his decades-long struggle with substance abuse, reflecting on his struggles to get sober in his 2022 memoir, Friends, Lovers, and a Big Terrible Thing. Pardon me. While promoting the book, he noted that he'd been clean for 18 months, but he acknowledged that in 2015 that it was not an easy process. You can't have a drug problem for 30 years and then expect to have it solved in 28 days. He said in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, I've had a lot of ups and downs in my life and a lot of wonderful accolades, but the best thing about me is that if an alcoholic comes up to me and says, will you help me stop drinking? I will say, yes, I know how to do that. Perry also worked to help others become sober, turning his former Malibu beach home into a men's sober living facility named the Perry House. Oh, there you go. In addition to Friends, he also starred in the feature films Whole Nine Yards, sequel to Fools Rush In, Almost Heroes, 3 to Tango, Serving Up Sarah. Yeah. Mr. Sunshine, and go on. Okay, so he is. So they're waiting on to get toxicology report back. What else did we have here about Adam Johnson? Let's just briefly go on about this one. Yeah, there is a risk in playing sports. There is a risk. That's why they make you take a physical. Everyone knows there's a risk playing sports no matter what they do, including a freak accident. Right, that is correct. Nottingham, England. American hockey player Adam Johnson has died after a freak accident during a game in England, on Saturday, according to his team. 29-year-old from Minnesota was playing for the Nottingham Panthers in a Challenge Cup game against Sheffield Steelers when he suffered a slashed neck during the second period. Johnson played for the Pittsburgh Penguins in the National Hockey League before spending the 2021 season in Sweden with the Malmö Redhawks. He went on to play in the American Hockey League and in Germany before agreeing to join Nottingham for this season. So, yeah, so that is tragic. So, anyway, okay. Both playing his hobby and then taking bath in his hot tub. Yes. Okay, everyone. Everyone. That is our show for this week. That is Naps for today. We'll be back later with some other stuff. Weird, wild stuff. Wild stuff. Everyone, thank you for joining me. Are you got a stream coming up later? Or we don't know. Well, we're not sure what we're doing later, but keep your eyes peeled. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Have a good week. Have a good day. Have a good night. Have a good morning. Have a good whatever you're having. No drinking, no driving. We want to see you back here next week. Because, as always, this show doesn't happen without you. And as always, take care of yourselves and each other. As always, we will catch you next time.